What's good, family? We back. We back. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help well better understand itself, man. Wait for the game to come on. We live, we live, we live, y'all. Trying to pull up. Why everybody trying to why we got everybody talking about have they have black American? We finna get into it, family. Y'all hit that like button, hit that like button for me. Shout out to LF. You don't want me to answer that question. I feel you. I want you to answer it. I want you to answer it. We finna tap into what they saying about the FBA. Oh, y'all in here. Salute to the family, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I gotta give a shout out to all my members, man, and a special shout out to Shabazz. She always been holding me down. Definitely appreciate you. Before we get started with this, DJ Big, salute, family. Everybody in the building. Hey, we're gonna be going back live, fam. Y'all, we're gonna be going back live. But I got a good one for us today. Tania, what's good? The water game, man. Y'all, we back. We back, y'all. We back. We is back. Go gadget. I see you. Yeah, man. I just want to give a big shout out, man, to all of the members, man. Y'all are been amazing, man. My guy Fresh, Bruce Warren, everybody who been, supporting the cause, man. So I can my boy Call Dog. That's fam right there, the OG in the building. He got the guns loaded on the sideline. That's my guy, man. Yeah, y'all, we back, man. We gonna get into this. What's up with anytime we catching somebody and we like, damn, they ain't even grandma, what's good? I got grandma in the building, my love. Seaside Pool. I know I ain't been on in a long time. Hope to see the fam. Teresa Henderson, that's love. She in the building. Man, I love y'all, man. Shakina literally just got home off late. Ooh, I know you ready to relax. Not like a hard day of work. I miss y'all, man. I can't wait for us to tap back in. Family, joy in the building. Yeah, y'all, man. Listen, I apologize, y'all, not been going live. I kind of been a lot going on, but I know we got a real family here. I missed y'all too, man. For real. Y'all don't understand. It's been like everything. I got my granny in the building. We got everybody here tonight, but we've been checking people about saying they got black owned businesses. Very disrespectful. And we're gonna tap into that tonight. Plus, we're gonna get into a lot of people been sending me stuff about the lady in Miami who got found hung by a tree. And I couldn't get enough information on that, but I do know that Taylor House Publishing, man, he is the guy for all of that. So like, I kind of was just pushing that his way because he's the guy that be handling all of that for, and he did drop it. So salute to Taylor House, man. Also salute to my guy Introvert Rockstar, man, been holding me down. Well, y'all check this out. We're gonna get into why is everybody claiming they have FBA so they can get our benefits, huh? But yeah, we back, man. It's a breath of fresh air with y'all. All right, let's get it. Let me make the screen bigger, hopefully.
When we talked about it. Because when you think about it, the population to impact ratio that we have doesn't really make sense for us to be, what do they say, 13 to 14% of America's population. But yet, when you look around, not only the country, but the rest of the world, our
Yeah,
global influence is
they do.
everywhere. How can a population who is only 13 to 14% allegedly of a country's population influence
Howard,
the
what's
world
good,
in
family?
music, in fashion,
Fresh,
in slang, aesthetics, culture, influence, style, hair?
fresh. We got us another one, man. Gator boots and FBA suits, man. Salute the fresh, man. Stay woke. I see you, man. We family in the building tonight, y'all. We're gonna have us a good one, man. But let's get to this.
I mean, we influence so much globally, but we are such a small minority of our own country. How is people in countries where they have never even met a Black American somehow know the racial slur for Black Americans? And to me, like when you really think about that on like a human level, that's insane. There are minorities, I'm sure, in India, in Japan, in Germany that I have maybe heard of, but I guarantee you I don't know the racial slur for that community.
Just like that, and y'all see how they got so many Africans. They talk about FBA only. It's like they talk about our culture every day, every video, just like 154. It's like we the main topic of discussion for foreigners. And it's like it's starting to get annoying. It's like, dang, man, because then y'all want to talk about our culture. In the words of Mariah Carey, why are you so obsessed with me? For real, man. I'm sipping on some syrup. Man, calm down, man. Hey, salute the FBA lineage for real. But do y'all see how, like, if you go online, we have to look at every day. Everybody has to talk about us. It's like they don't have nothing else to talk about. That's why we gotta control. We gotta control what we. We gotta have our content creators putting out our content because they killing. They know our slurs. They know how to talk like us. If you get somebody from UK, you can have them be an actor. You know, they can talk just like us. I heard a woman, man. I may have to get that clip. She talked just like a American. She just switched her accent that quick. Everyone have FBA. Queso put belt to ass. What's Queso? Talking about the dude I had put on. Kina put quick shower. Water, man. Water. Not lean, right? He said I'm on the lean. No, I can't do that.
But yet, America has exported Black American influence globally, but also our stereotypes globally. So how is it that I can be in a
And
whole other country,
lemonade
and before these people even know my name, they think they know my
in my
culture, and
drink.
they think they know who and how I am and how I should act, but what they definitely know is they slur. They're going to always know that slur, though. I mean, people that have never even met a Black American, they know Whitney Houston, they know Michael Jackson, they know Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, they know Beyonce, they know
Right, y'all. What's up with this though? Do y'all feel like this is a problem? I want to know what y'all think in the chat. Is this a problem that we're getting so much? You know, every second is somebody talking about us. Like I prefer the lineage to talk. I prefer us to talk about us. But it's like we got so many nationalities. Uh, y'all live tonight. Y'all is live. I learn about our issues from them before I know from our family. That's what I'm saying. That's why I be trying to put the content out because I don't like the fact that we got foreigners talking about our news more than we is. It's like I be feeling some type of way, fam. I be like, damn, I gotta get on this even faster because ain't no way, man. Ain't no way we should have to deal with that. We should have to deal with us putting out our own news. So we gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start putting out more content because I don't like it. I don't like it. It's funny. I don't take it serious. Could you imagine me talking about the country in Nigeria and what they're going through? Like I'm just always talking about Nigeria. Every time I jump on every time I jump on YouTube, I'm just Nigeria, Nigeria, everything that's going on in Nigeria. You'll be like, damn, bro, you ain't even in Nigeria. Why you right? We got I guess we just gotta not take it serious. It's a drift. It's kind of like, they getting their money on it, but I don't like it, family. I want somebody that really care about our culture, that really 10 toes down to be pushing our news. Shout out to Taylor House Publishing, Introvert. It's a lot of our guys out there. OG45 TV, man. They always be tapping into my channel. Don B. Uh, these guys be really pushing for the culture. That's who I be wanting to listen to and hear. I don't be wanting to hear somebody that's not even in the country. That's because we were taught to mind our business. They were not. You know, and stay with them greats. Man, Tania and Carl Dog, y'all bringing Oakland out, ain't you? Oakland in the building. Shout out to that one brother too, man, who always be holding me down on these YouTube streets. Oakland been holding me down heavy, man. I got a place in my heart for Oakland. Yeah. And I like Taylor House because he sticks to his script. Everybody got different. Our FBA brothers, we got different things that we do. You know what I'm saying? And I I try not to step on. Get in the Taylor House lane. That's his lane. If anything, I be trying to shoot it to him. He do a good job of staying on us. Staying on us for the news. Black Boy Wonder, my guy, the Sandbox, man. My guy for the Sandbox. Salute, man. I've been seeing you doing your channel, man. You doing your thing, bro. Keep it up. We have a separate convo water. Pay us no money. He's brilliant. Yeah, man. The love. But you see, like, I see the love. I can tell when you got love for our people. And that's the people that I want to be pushing these stories. Because I know they're gonna do it's not all about the money. It's about the principle. So I make sure I follow the guys. Just like I try to spend money with us in the street. Spend money with our people. I'm only watching us, man. I ain't got time for people to be pump faking. Seaside pool, I see. But let me let this FBA woman.
Jimi Hendrix, Martin Luther King, they know all these people. Even in the middle of a war, Iran was still taking on the legacies of great impact leaders within the Black American community to communicate to us specifically. And what other wartime have you seen that happen, that a country will go out of their way to send messages to the minority community of that country that they're going to war against for the sake of using that minority's energy and influence to help them in the war? And especially with the World Cup currently taking place across the Americas, what I especially find interesting, and I really saw this demonstrated in that video of the quote unquote swag surf taking place at Auburn University, because number one, I'm like, how did we let this escape our culture? How did we let this get outside our culture, that whole universities are quote unquote swag surfing, looking a hot mess, but they've taken on our cultural dance, our cultural movement, energetic embodying of joy, and taking it into a rallying war cry for their university. How did that happen? So many people from other countries are taking part in what they think is an American tradition, swag surfing.
Exactly. And I seen some Chinese people, y'all. They was doing that they was singing that Snoop Dogg song, man. That's one of my favorite songs. And it was they had the band singing it, and they was doing these steps like one, like a HBCU band. But it was all Chinese people. And it was playing that trying to think of that song, that Snoop Dogg song where he was saying that I don't care what nobody feel. I don't want nobody to get the wrong idea about me. You know, that's one of my favorite songs. But they were dancing and doing. I'm like, dang, this is our culture. It's like it should be a crime, bro, to be just stealing our stuff like this. You know, especially in the whole other in Korea too. Yeah, and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, dang, they look like the college I went through, like a FAMU or Bethune Cookman, and they just got their band and they doing. I'm like, this is wild, man. Can we have anything to ourselves? Uptight 24, what's good, man? Brother always holding me down. They can hop, they can hope all the they won't. I ain't gonna say that word on them, man. They gonna copycats. It's just crazy, fam. It's like, and then these people will come over here and say we ain't got no culture. The disrespect. It's like we tired of people just. It's like, dang, can we just have it to ourselves, man? Yep, I saw that too. Face fruit, your tongue out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that, they were doing it. And I had to stop and watch it because that was a song that I like. And I'm saying they singing the lyrics and everything. I don't got nothing to hide. Let me play it. I'm like, no, they ain't
in
still.
the stadium. But when I saw that video clip, I kind of felt a little bit of anger because I'm like, this is something that was special and unique to our community. This is something that took place within our community years ago. Like when I was a child, I learned how to swag surf at my local Boys and Girls Club. But you mean to tell me like now universities have adopted this? And I mean, everything that is cool about America originated within the black community, like jazz,
What'd you say? Snoop stole that song? Hey, that was a banger though, man. Tanika, what's good? I seen your email, Tanika. I appreciate that. You got me locked in now. I think I'm gonna drop something on that tomorrow. But we talking about everything but these black women being hung in Mississippi. No, I just talked about the black woman being hung in Miami. She was from Michigan. Pretty Women Classic Cars. You must be new to the channel. Pretty Women with Classic Cars. Was it a new lady that was hung in Mississippi? I ain't hear about that. You gotta check us. Maybe we ain't even hear about it. You coming in full throttle, guns blazing. You know, you supposed to be spreading that information. Y'all be coming on my channel, bro. Like, listen, we trying to do the best we can and pushing stuff out. If you feel like things need to get out, get your ass on YouTube and start dropping some stuff. I'm a full-time water treatment specialist too now. God damn. This is unrealistic that another culture of people pretending to be another race of people. It's insane. It's kind of like it should be a crime. We mind our business though. We don't be doing that.
hip hop, blues, R&B, country music, breakdancing, fried chicken, uh, gold jewelry as adornment, bonnets. Oh my God, y'all kill me with the bonnets. Y'all kill me with the bonnets. Years ago, when I was growing up, when I would go to sleep, and I would be the only person there in a bonnet, and I would get laughed at. But now, like I'm seeing bonnets on Love Island, bonnets on boys, girls, black, white, Mexican, Asian.
Right. So if you do it on Facebook, why you come on my channel like trying to make me seem like I ain't standing for the culture? You saying I'm talking about everything but people hung in Mississippi. It's like you giving vibes that I'm on here playing on the internet, and it's like we really standing on real business. A lot of people be coming in my telling me what I should be talking about. It's like, what are you doing? Don't be checking me.
Everybody got a bonnet now, but this is something we were teased about growing up. Y'all gotta miss me with that. But that is literally the trend cycle of what it means to be a black.
And for real, grown ass men wearing bonnets, y'all, we ain't doing that. We gotta start. That's off code right there, man. I've been seeing a lot of this going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially out in public, bro. We gonna start snatching that off y'all head in public, bro. That's a violation. And they call us ghetto for wearing bonnets. Man, I'm seeing some men doing it, and it's crazy. Okay, you got to share more politely, man, because we take very, listen, I take my people very seriously. So it's like, I ain't on here playing, you know? We really about action and moving. So when some people be coming on my channel, making it seem like, we ain't standing on real business, it's kind of like a jab at me. And I get defensive. I don't be wanting to get defensive on here. Raise head, what's good, family? My guy. Salute, man. Bro, my guy Ray said back. Salute, fresh always, man. We shouldn't spend out money with any of those disrespectful people. Yeah. For real. Herschel Reed, what's good, family? Salute, always coming through. Back with the hood, bonnet, and glass. I don't like the bonnets, especially with the men. I remember long nails was ghetto and earrings. I can see Asian Latinos. Yeah. But they take it, everything we doing, they try to like take it and use it. So we just got to start gatekeeping the man. Stop letting people talk like us, do all this. We're going to have to switch our styles up because everybody done caught on our style. We're going to have to switch it up, let them be, don't give them the new upload. Do you see Mr. Viral in South Africa? I seen that, man. He in South Africa. Crazy. I did see he was in South Africa, man. Shout out to my boy Twofold. And be easy, that dude, man. I got you, bro. We're going to be doing something, man. I got something planned for you. I wanted to reach out to him. I got to get him on.
American. First, we do something and it gets widely popularized, then it gets criticized, it becomes trendy, the origin gets forgotten, and then the trend becomes global and nobody can remember or attribute it to where the creation really lies, which is within the Black American community. If it weren't so frustratingly heartbreaking that even the government knows that shit doesn't shake without the Black American energy cycle, the Black American outrage cycle, that even now we're being energetically targeted by all these different events within the country with the end goal of usurping our energy to get whatever they're working on up and moving. And that's the great thing about having spiritual protection, spiritual connection. We're connected to the spiritual realm, which is why we're sitting out in mass with all the fuckery that is going on within the country right now. Because if we're to be active out in the streets, this will be a completely different timeline that we're on right now. You all should thank God that Black Americans aren't moving right now, because that is the only thing keeping what semblance of peace hanging by a thread in this country right now. I mean, we have people that try to cosplay us and our lineage, even though they're from a completely different land, where they have their own wonderful, beautiful cultures and cultural practices that they could be repping here in the States or wherever they've immigrated to, but instead they're adopting our identity. And we were once.
Y'all remember we used to see a lot of Black people throwing up flags? I don't see them flagging no more. Like, I'm in Florida too. I'm in Florida, and like, I don't see all this flagging that I used to see. It's like, now it's like being disguised. It's like, dang, where the flags at? Y'all used to be putting our flags in your face every other day. Now you have FBA. I'm going to that low ride.
The people that were told that we had no culture. Whole time it was because we are the culture. We're not only American culture, but we're global culture. K-pop would be nothing without the reheating and the outright theft of Black American nachos. when you look at this through a spiritual lens, there's a vested interest in making us feel like the most hated group of beings on this planet. But you have to step out of yourself and ask why. Really ask why that is, that there's a vested interest in making sure that we're felt to be below not only the white people of our country, but the white
Same
people of other
here.
countries, the non black people of other countries that come here and continue to oppress us. Why is that? But for me, I believe in energy transmutation. So all of the collective hate that is thrown at our community, I just know it is only making us that much more strong, that much more powerful. If people were indifferent to us as a community, I would think, okay, maybe we're really not as big as it feels that we are. But the fact that we are globally hated and targeted and scapegoated, oppressed people across the world join in on the degradation of Black Americans to feel like they are one up on our community, that just lets me know like there is something more than what meets the eye. And trust me, I've gone down those rabbit holes, so I know what the answer is. I know what it is. The main character of the story isn't always the most loved. The main character is usually the most discussed, the most criticized, the most copied. But that's the thing about the main character. The story arc is always going to find its way back to them. And the way Black Americans exist in the world is yet another example of this. Honestly, Black Americans are the main characters of.
Big fact, man. Big fact. Now, not only that, I'm finna play y'all that any of the people that you see that look like us and they be off code or they be going against the grain, they don't even be one of us. I'm gonna show y'all this right here that they really be from another. They don't be from here. Check this out.
Get super real quick. And I will save this. I'm in my, I posted what I posted, not like a little bit ago, about the Carmelo Anthony appeal and how he has a new legal team and they're going to help him appeal. And I posted what I posted.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of energy I'm getting from people, and it's a lot of Black people calling Carmelo Anthony a murderer, and he got what he deserved, and why are you saying he deserves a fair trial? A murderer, a murderer, a murderer, a murderer. My thing is this. If that's the energy you got about any of this, then you should have that same energy for that young man who was shot in the back by that gas station owner. Same energy. And I don't feel like going back and forth with people in my comments about the shit because I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. And it's bothering me. I'm literally was just sitting in a Bible class and I'm trying to focus, but I'm so annoyed by that. And I already explained that I'm not like going back and forth with nobody in these comments. This is sick to me. I can't understand how y'all keep calling this young man a murderer, right? And he was sitting there minding his business. And they marched over there.
What we saying is them people be Caribbeans and Africans, y'all. They be going against the grain. Just like we seen that dude, he was eating the Chinese food. He like, man, how's the boycott going for y'all? How's the boycott going? That's what they do. Like these people that's not from here, they sit up and they just want to antagonize us for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like they just want to be publicly going against what we standing on. And a lot of us don't be knowing that they're not us. We just see them, they look like us, they talk like us. This is why I want people to start wearing your culture on your shoulders. Wear it wherever you at so we can understand, because we don't be having people that much off code. Let me let them go.
To bully him, right? They bullied him. Because the dude, if you know the background of those twins, they were bullies. Full blown, old school, Biff from Back to the Future bullies. Full bullies. And then they jumped him after he warned them. Look, I don't care what nobody say. I'm from the west side of Chicago. If I'm about to get into with somebody and they like, fam, run up on me if you want to, or I'm going to stab you. If that's the case, most likely, just from street smarts, I'm not doing that. I got shit to lose. If somebody telling me, man, like I'm into it with some.
White people don't think like that though. You know, they gotta touch the hot stove in order to understand. So it's like that's just how it always been. That's why we pushing for that brother so hard, because just like they check background checks when anything happens, if you check the background on our altercations with racist white men, we always ended up, you know, with the bad news. So I can understand somebody saying, look, right now we in 2026, y'all ain't finna Emmett Till me, bro. You ain't finna Emmett Till me. So all of that, what you know, what we've been through in this country is gonna make it like, look, it's warranted. It's warranted because it's, you know, a lot of brothers ain't make it out of that. There was a lot of brothers that was bullying brothers, and they weren't able to see, you know, they weren't able to see another day.
Somebody, and they're like, man, Rail, run up on me if you want to. Click, clack. I'm going to pop you if you run up on me. Then I make a decision at that point. And then, you know, Texas got all these crazy laws when it comes to stand your ground and self-defense. That's exactly what that was. The biggest argument any of us have right now, it's not even about like that he don't deserve to be punished for his reaction. Because we're not saying his reaction was correct either. But I'm saying that young man don't deserve 35 years, who was a stand-up student, who never got in trouble before, who's never been arrested, and he was scared. I'm not going to argue with y'all ignorant ass niggas like that. That's crazy to me. When you defend that, and you literally, it is a young man who got chased down, and his killer got off with self-defense. I ain't never seen nobody do some self-defense shit, chasing somebody down and shooting them in the back.
No, I agree.
Trayvon Martin, come on, y'all. Y'all got all this weird energy about this shit, and you ain't saying nothing about none of these other cases. Get the fuck out of here. And then people love to bring up black on black crime, and man, look at it's a much deeper conversation that obviously a lot of you crazy people without common sense, it's not mature enough, intelligent enough to have a conversation with about it. Stay the fuck off my page if you come with that energy. You weak as hell. If you feel like that, say whatever you want on your page. Straight up. And I mean that. You know, cool. I'm a stand-up comic. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. I'm a director. I'm an entertainer. 100%. I love entertaining people. That is what I do. I'm going to continue to do that. As much as I post about this, I'm going to post-promote my movie, and I'm going to do all that stuff. But at the same time, that don't mean I don't stand for something. Somebody had the nerve to say, well, okay, so what if that was your son that was killed? If my kid was bullying somebody, my child was a bully, full blown, it would break my heart to know they got killed for something like this. But at the same time, on some real shit, I will have to own who the fuck my kid is. If I'm raising a bully, and most likely motherfuckers that move like that is coming from that type of environment. Point blank, period. And you saw when that father did his live, how he really fucking felt, where the fuck they got that type of shit from. It is right there, and I can't believe you people are arguing that. You mean to tell me you think that young man with no record, none of that shit, in a self-defense case deserved 35 years? And Trayvon Martin's killers off. That young man who took a fucking AR-15 to a march, murdered people, and dude with the crime face got the fuck off for murder. He wasn't even charged with manslaughter.
right. And
Come on, y'all.
that's what I was saying. I was saying manslaughter at best. But once I seen the video, I was like, nah, man. But Stephen A. Smith is a whole tether speaking on FBA community, yeah. Or we'll have, it'll either be a tether or a coon. It's either one that they'll be throwing at us. This America is cut and dry. They never showed the world the good side of the young brother. Captain on two different teams, probably an honor student too. His lawyer was on. Yeah, man, that defense he had was crazy. I don't know why, but they still had an all white jury. So I don't know. I think it was got from the get go. The father got beat up by his own kids straight. You mean Steven and Shinebone? Joe Jackson put replacement theory.
It's 2026. And what pisses me off is I expect certain things from certain communities, not from ours. And most of you motherfuckers sitting out here on some sellout shit. I'm sorry, and I'm trying to. I was at church yesterday, and this is real talk. This happened at my church. It was a guy who comes who comes. Sometimes he just sings. He's a great singer. Wheelchair. Comes on his caretaker. A lot of us was happy to see him because we ain't seen him in a while. And when it got quiet, he yelled. He just yelled. They're killing our kids. They're killing our kids. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And yelling out in the middle of the service, and they escorted him out. But I remember sitting there like, yeah, the timing was a little whatever, but he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. So I'm sorry to be this upset, but I'm gonna tell y'all, so I be trying not to read these fucking comments, and I try to block as many people
Sorry,
as I
cool.
can. But
What's
that shit
good,
is,
family?
it is upsetting
My guy.
that you think that young man deserved 35 years. You think he deserved.
I went over both of the cases of Casey Allison and Carmelo Anthony, and there's no way man, they was about to let that boy get 2 years. They was about to let the white boy Casey Allen get 2 years for stabbing somebody 4 or 5 times, and then they was like, "Oh, we got to give him 10." It's crazy, but check out how is somebody celebrating Juneteenth in Africa? Why are we celebrating Juneteenth in other countries? Check this out, man. Y'all like passport tours. That's all they be trying to do. They be trying to sell these little tours. That's why I thought like touring Florida, we got we got a lot of history here. But neither here nor there. Black Americans have never done African ceremonial dances. It's crazy. It's really like theft. It's like you're marketing us over there to get people to go on tours. They're marketing a tour to go on Africa with. So it's like they're trying everything because we've been talking bad about, they've been trying to get us to go over there on tours and move over there to Africa. Z World, Z what? Zho World TV put Africa plus FBA is love. We ain't got no problems with them or nothing, but how they doing stuff like this will make you not want to be like, listen, we need to have our own stuff and they need to have theirs. Y'all African and we're here in America. Like we trying to delineate. We in our delineation mode right now. Shout out to Love Muscle. Yeah, we ain't on that. FBA channel who live in Africa. He said some of those events was actually FBA that was running it for money. And I believe that too. I do believe it is some FBA. Look at 19 Keys. Look at all the people we had to be checking on here. Like they do be trying to run the scam on our own people. James Smalls. They all got hotels and stuff over there. Cause they know ain't nobody finna go over there and you can't get an African person to just talk to you about it. They gonna have to have some influencers that's from the land over here to talk to people and be down with the scam. I ain't gonna say every time it's a scam, but it is a little wild. But it is about the tourism dollars. Bro. They not caring about you like that. It's money to be made. It's money to be made for real. But yeah, man, we on delineation. We on delineation mode. We ain't on letting people just be doing what they want. Check this out. What's up with this? My bad. They're kind of tripping on me. But we're gonna play this. That's crazy. They got it doubled up on me. I'll check this out though. They saying what's up with everybody being a black American. Check this out. Everybody claiming it right now. We got to start checking backgrounds and because everybody wanna claim they from the land right now.
And must be working because I have never seen so many foreigners trying to cosplay as black Americans in my life. Now I'm from the DMV where from childhood I have gone to school with Haitians, Jamaicans, Nigerians, and y'all have never identified as black. So when we talk about black owned businesses, you know exactly what we mean. And y'all are proud people. So be proud and stop playing around because this is serious business and stop trying to be opportunists. You will not send our money over to your cousins in another country. Did you already know? Stop it. Y'all have never identified as black. We are talking about black American owned businesses, and that's it. And like I said, if we are not asking y'all to stand with us either. Y'all can go support whoever you want to support because that ain't none of our business. And I also wanted to let y'all know for anybody else who has black fatigue, I want you, just the business owners now, not people who don't own shit. We ain't even talking to you. Drop your business, your location, so we can stay the fuck out of y'all businesses as well. And this is not just for the Asians and all of that. This is for anybody. Any business owner who wakes up talking about they got black fatigue, they hate black.
Right. We're gonna hurt your pockets. You have all of that slick, YT talk, we definitely gonna put you on the list. That's what we're gonna start doing. You want to talk gangster on the internet, but most of these people work for, they ain't, they ain't gonna do that. They want to cosplay, they want the money. They just gonna talk tough on the internet and then try to, hide behind closed doors.
Black people, drop the business name and location. Stand on business. Don't bullshit us now. Drop the name and location so we can stay the fuck out of there.
Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
Because foreigners have been separating themselves from black Americans. Disrespectfully, is going to be a fuck no because foreigners have been separating themselves from black Americans my whole life.
South Carolina was
When I go inside Dominican salons, they look just like me.
What's good,
Especially when
family?
I take this bun down. and they say, "Mommy, you
Always holding me
Dominican?"
down, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm black. I don't
You
just
ain't going.
decide to jump in with other races just because it's beneficial to me. You all will not benefit off of the wealth transfer, and because of the color of your skin. There are a lot of people whose skin is dark. I know Indians who are darker than I am. So don't talk about no motherfucking pro-black. Y'all are proud people. Like I said, be proud. Stop trying to blend in with black Americans because you're not. When you make your money, you send it back to your country and do just that, because we don't give a fuck about what you're doing with your money. We are deciding to spend our money with black Americans. And yes, we are very pro-black. Y'all always talk about Americans anyway. Half of y'all hate fucking Americans. I know that because, like I said, I grew up in an area where I know they can't stand fucking Americans. They say they entitled, all type of
I
shit.
go over that.
So stop worrying about what the fuck we spending our money on. Go about your business. Whatever you trying to do with your money, go do that. Don't worry about what we doing. We're not supporting none of that shit. And stop trying to cosplay as fucking Americans, because you're not. Stop trying to lose the goddamn accent and all of that. We hear that shit when you talk. Cut the foolishness.
We hear the little, the little foreign.
Yeah.
We hear we hear the little foreign when y'all talk. We hearing it. I'm black and I'm proud. Check this out. Shout out to LA, man. They had a something on Crenshaw just for us.
All right. So every year we try to raise up where we are as a community, because we know year to year a lot of us are being pushed out of here right now. So we try to identify what are the things that can help those of us who are still here stay here. Because we know a lot of the schools we used to go to are not the same. I graduated from Inglewood. It was mostly us. Now it's mostly not us. Right here at Crenshaw, when I came out, it was mostly us. Right now it's mostly not us. And we know a lot of people every day, especially with the so-called war they just had, how the prices just rose up and things became more unaffordable. So right now we're really trying to find out what is it that the community needs. We see a lot of our officials, they tend to take care of everybody else but us. Were any of y'all out here last Friday on Juneteenth? One thing we know is we had thousands of people out here, but none of our officials came. Because they are scared to face up to us because they know they have been neglecting us. In the past several years, we've had black people out here dying on the sidewalks. Every year, the rate went up. 7 people a day, but they don't talk about that. You don't hear nothing about that, huh? But they tell you we got to be concerned about everybody else. Everybody else slowly moving into our communities, taking over our communities, being just as hostile and racist as the white people used to be. So what they expect us to do? I say Carmelo Anthony got it right. If they attack us, we have every right to defend ourselves. But on the opposite end, they tell you the young brother that ran from that Asian dude, what was it, Choi?
Rick Chow.
Yep. Chow had the right to shoot him down for nothing once again. Huh? So this is what we try to raise up. What is it that we need as a people? We know folks are having issues paying rent, but a lot of times we don't talk about it because we think it's an individual hardship that we're dealing with, but we don't realize they are systemically making it to where many of us can no longer afford to live here. Huh? People was going out to Lancaster, Vegas, Arizona, but now they finding those areas are just as challenging. They push us out here and we end up in areas like in Lancaster where they were hanging black people. All right. So every year we try to raise up where we are as a community, because we know year to year a lot of us are being pushed out of here right now. So we try to identify what are the things that can help those of us who are still here stay here. Because we know a lot of the schools we used to go to are not the same. I graduated from Inglewood. It was
Okay. I dropped my email up, but shout out to everybody in LA. I'm starting to strongly dislike the color green. What you mean, man? By that? Don't just boycott. Build businesses in neighborhoods. The same buildings that were burnt in the 60s are still standing. We boycott with no massive business opening campaigns. Why is that? It's because of what I said, what we got to do. We got to shortstop other businesses. It's so many businesses out here that the only way for us to get in is we're gonna have to get the ones out the community. Ainswell, what's good, family? You good, man? I ain't even. I want to get a. I'm gonna get a schedule for y'all. Y'all, we gonna go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for right now. We gonna get that schedule, man. So I ain't. I apologize for not being on point. A lot of y'all really be loving these lives, man. I gotta do good, better job of getting on them. But yeah, we gotta shortstop the businesses. We gotta let these businesses that's in our community crash. They gotta burn, bro. You know, and we gotta step right in and have our own businesses. So that's how we got to do it, man. I'm looking at water businesses and I'm trying to get some of their people. So it's like we got to be on that. We got to have our businesses and we got to get in the way. We got to be in the way. We got to compete. I know everybody like, dang, that's kind of cutthroat, but hey, man, that's how they burnt our businesses down. So it's like at some point we got to be ruthless, respectfully ruthless, though.
So we come over here, y'all assume we have the money because we come from the States, which to a certain degree because the city is less, sure. But you have to think too, like let's say me myself, I have busted
I
my
agree.
tail to save money to be able to come over here. So when you raise the price on me and I'm not some millionaire, you know what I mean? It's very disheartening because I save money to come here. I don't have a lot of money, you know what I mean? So in the States, I think there's a misconception that black people have the money.
Aaron.
As a majority, I mean, there are like, so we come over here, y'all assume we have the money because we come from the States, which to a certain degree because the city is less, sure. But you have to think too, like let's say me myself, I have busted my tail to save money to be able to come over here. So when you raise the price on me and I'm not some millionaire, you know what I mean? It's very disheartening because I save money to come here. I don't have a lot of money, you know what I mean? So
this is all you need to know about going over there. You're gonna get extorted. They're gonna take it. This ain't for you. This is a money grab. And it's a shame our people keep going over there, thinking that they gonna get this better life. They having that immigrant mindset. Flee, 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 while everybody trying to come over here. We thinking we gotta flee and go over there. It don't work like that. We also gotta start whooping these immigrants' asses. Real call, dog. Appreciate you. Aaron in the building, man. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot of us going over there to Africa, and it ain't working out for them. It's not working out for them. It's like they getting done all kind of ways, and then they got to be over there talking about it. It's messed up. It's messed up. It's messed up, man. But hey, don't go over there. We've been telling y'all on here, man. You will be crazy to go over there and think them people ain't finna rob you. The money, you talking about a millionaire. You ain't got to be a millionaire to them. You could be a thousandaire. A thousandaire is like a millionaire to them. If you got a couple thousand, matter of fact, if you probably got 700-800 of consistent money coming in every month, that's good for them. It only costs $40-50 to eat for a month out there. So it's like, put this on you. Like, we don't understand. You ain't got to be a millionaire to them. As long as you got a couple $100 coming in every month, you're able to get robbed. They want to look at black Americans as that just because we are from the U.S., we are better situations while they struggle. Bro, you don't have to have a lot of money. Whatever you got is a lot of money to them. You don't gotta be no millionaire. Tell me, I mean, no. A duck is a duck. I'd rather if I get 200 off you or 2,000, get you and get some more. The collective of y'all coming over here is big money. If they can rob 100, they can rob 100 people and make $200 to $2,000 is great money.
I find it weird that now that I'll say this really started when we started saying like we don't want to be affiliated with y'all like that and stop calling us African Americans or Black Americans, stuff like that. Once we started saying that, now everybody's switching up. If y'all peep, and I'm about to explain it. I don't care what nobody say. In the very beginning, everybody was saying like where they're from. So when you meet somebody, they be like, oh, I'm African. When you meet them, they'll be like, oh, I'm Jamaican. Jamaican stand up, bad man, bad girl. Or they'll be like, I'm from Barbados. I'm from DR. I'm Puerto Rican, big Dominican. You get what I'm saying, right? Now that we were like, all right, we're going about straight Black Americans and we only claim our lineage. Now all of a sudden, everybody wants to use the word Black. Now all of a sudden, oh, we never said that. We all Black. How y'all trying to tell us we Black? This, that, and third. It's like, what's wrong with y'all? Why is it now that we don't want to associate with that African American word that y'all all of a sudden want to be Black now? Because technically, you're melanated. If you want to be technically. Black is a social construct from America. So if you want to say I'm melanated Jamaican, you can say that because we all have melanin. Black is not even really a thing when you think about it. That's what makes it so weird. Because it's like, why y'all want to claim something that was given to us by America? Y'all are really melanated beings from different continents, islands, and countries.
No, and it wasn't given to us by America. We was using that Black term predated before America. They seen what we was calling us. It really came from the Blackfoot tribe. We was using these words before. People think they was just using the color black, and it's like, bruh, they looking at us like something to eat. Never ever traveled to a third world country. It ain't safe. They keep saying the same thing, like, yo, I don't got a lot of money like that. Like, they don't think the equivalent to their money and the money we got over here is totally different. So anything, you're a lick. You're cold food on the table and they about to eat it. So it's like it don't matter. People got to stop going over there thinking like that. Like, it's not about you being a millionaire. Nobody, they ain't on that. If it's a plus, if you is, they gonna get you for even more money. But them people don't care about you, man. More power tools and bolts. For real, whatever they can get, fam, whatever they can get out of you. There's a video of a brother who went there talking the African American talk and they robbed him. Man, people getting robbed left and right, bro. You know, left and right. And ain't nobody talking about it but the people who getting robbed. Blacks, they complaining instead of doing. Talking about make them appreciate our dollars and how much consumer power we got. But consumer is a spender. Money goes to other people. That ain't power. Van Varner, but what is you talking about, bro? We in motion right now. We doing stuff right now. Why is you talking about? You must be a tether or something, bro. You say blacks, they complaining. What is you talking about? You want to call up? What we complaining about? You hear us complaining on this channel? Like, who you talking about complaining? We hear a lot of cultures complain. Them damn Asians complaining right now. They stores being shut down. That's who complaining. Since they can't get okay treatment, whatever that means. Yeah. They want to be able to have ownership of black culture. You put more people are going to Spain. And they got Africans in Spain. I ain't know that, man. I had a clip I played where them little hats, Benny was over there saying that they're transporting Haitians. I mean, not Haitians, but Africans. Not the welfare lines, fam. Not the welfare line. But this was funny, bro. This is what we got a lot of people talking, but this guy has really been talking crazy. Why they do that, bro? They got that over there like that, bro. That don't make no sense. I'm finna switch it up for y'all though real quick. The Moors were Africans who ruled Spain for 100 years. Africans being on that country is now. But you were talking about we complaining, bro. What you talking about? We complaining about, bro? Ain't nobody complaining. We really making moves.
Seeing it's really leaning towards a race war, and like if I could do or say anything to try to stop the delusion dead in its tracks before it gets out of control, I'm gonna try. And to the black culture, like to believe for a minute that you could even walk where we shit as far as combat, you're delusional.
Now, let me get this straight, y'all, so we all know, like, it's some white people that feel like they're the power structure just because they white. So these white guys, they think that they're part of the elite because they white. They don't understand that the white elite people use you. You're nothing. You're just like everybody else. You're just being used. So they take that to be like, if you think you can compete with us, you crazy. Like, you ain't even a part of that crowd, white boy. You're not a part of that elite. They just use you. Y'all will be just like regular people in the streets. They think because, like, I'm gonna give you an example. When they burnt down Black Wall Street, that was government work. That was higher ups. That wasn't just like regular white people. That was an operation. But combat hand to hand with people out here on the streets, it'll be totally different. They try to take up on what they love, the little hats, what the little hats be controlling, and what other little YTs that's in power do. They think that they rock with them, but they don't rock with them. They just use them and pimp them just like everybody else. So they try to tie themselves to them, but you have no connections. Y'all out here just like everybody else, man.
Like, never mind the fact that black people think white people are obsessed with black people, when the fact is black people are obsessed with black people. Black people are obsessed with their own skin color. White people don't give a fuck about your skin color.
Bro, literally, hand-to-hand combat, people to people. Y'all know ain't no Peckerwoods being able to even deal with us. We know this. Like, we know this, bro. Like, just like on some, like, just really seriously, like, they don't have it. Okay, they probably got a few people that could do something, but man to man, they can't really. It ain't nothing that is no competition. They know this, so they gotta tie themselves to them little hats, to them people bombing, to the higher power. They're not gonna say like real combat. Then y'all supposed to have been whooping us in sports and in boxing and all this kind of stuff, but they know it ain't that.
We don't give a fuck if you're Indian, Chinese, we don't give a flying fuck. It's the culture, it's the way you choose to live and terrorize people. See, let me tell you, and I'm going to explain very mildly how a race war would go. It wouldn't be a war. The black culture is very predictable, okay? So they're going to rape and they're going to pillage and they're going to try to steal the resources. We already seen an example of this when they cut the food stamps.
What? Like, you think we just gonna? You ain't making no sense, man. This is why you said this ain't even real, y'all. These are pecker woods that got no connection to no higher power or nothing. You right. Glass jaws. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is out here, really combat. We went to school with these guys. We know that, man to man, us black versus them. It's not, come on, man. But they get on here and act like they are part of the power structure. When y'all are just the crash dummies for the power structure. They use y'all as crash dummies. A former military, trust me, they only have air support, but they're anti-aircraft pellets for that. That's all they got. They got people telling them what to do, you know, as far as the aircrafts in the military, but as far as train, throwing hands, really combat, you say no guns and you put us in the streets with them and we going toe to toe with one-on-one, it's not happening. It's not happening, bro. We all know that. They know that. They know that. They know that we just outpower them. We're just more stronger. We just more physically, you know, we more physically gifted. So it's like they think that it's just they're just so combat ready, but nah.
Went around stealing from grocery stores because that's your mentality. You believe so wholeheartedly that it's owed to you. If you're not going to give me what's owed to me, we're going to steal it. And that, my friends, is what white people are going to bank on. You understand? When you see a bottle of fucking malt liquor with a fucking frag strapped to it, you don't even know. No shit. I mean, just
like both of these guys right now. If a FBA pull up on them and they had to squabble or anything right now, they're getting knocked out. There's nothing they're gonna do. They're getting whooped, you know, in fetal positions. Literally, bro. But they'll just make you think that they trying to tie themselves to some other little hat, you know, secret organizations. Like
YouTube, some
crazy
videos
white boys
of
out
the
there.
fucking shit people invent in
crazy
their garage.
white boys
Pecker
out there.
Woods, baby.
You don't know what the fuck you're getting yourself
You do
into.
not.
You don't have a clue. Like,
not.
I'm telling you right now, as God is my witness, it would be some Saul shit as far as inventing.
It's crazy, but he's right. He's 100% right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Bro, it ain't even y'all. If we was going at it with them little hats and the people who run the world, that's different. Y'all boots on the ground, we would wash them. We would wash them, bro. If an FBA man walked up to them, period, they would be saying yes, sir, no, sir. Man, we see it all the time, man. They just get whooped and dusted, and then they get on here and now act like, you know, the sun out, here whooping their asses. They mad. They gotta walk around looking like uncooked meat. Bruh. It's just funny for them to think that, you know, no guns, it just a combat in the streets. They'll be in fetal positions, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna get off of the YTs because they've been on meth. Like y'all said. They've been on the meth right now. But so look, every time I think about buying more bolts, I do. For real, man. He talking about we out of our mind delusion. Okay, just because I called out blacks who do complain, y'all assume I'm talking about people in this channel. Blacks automatically get defensive with other blacks. White men threaten race war. Huh? Just because I call out blacks who do complain, y'all assume that we talking. But, bruh, I mean, you came over here saying blacks complain, but I mean, it's a lot of coonery going on. It's a lot of people from other countries that you don't know their nationality. So when you say black, sometimes you don't even know who you talking to. You may be talking to an immigrant. You may be talking to a tether. You may be talking about somebody that ain't even us. So it's like all of your assumptions that you have, we don't really recognize with them. We only see the real ones, and the real ones ain't out here complaining. We would win the war against them just simply from fentanyl. For real, we'll give them that fetty. But they not. It's not even a white black thing. All I'm saying is they're being used, bro. They thinking they got a power that they don't even have. Y'all are regular boots on the ground people. All of that army equipment that the little hats got controlling America, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. They don't got nothing to do with y'all. Y'all stop that, man. Them people let y'all rot. They'll let them rot. And y'all know we've been your girl can't. I mean, we've been talking about old girl, Dr. Candace Matthews, right? She had somebody pull up on her. There you go, do that. But yeah, we've been she had somebody, a black girl had pulled up on her. Mr. Know-It-All. Let me see what you put, Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Know-It-All put the diaspora will sell us out. Let me open up the chat, man, for my guys, man. My bad. I know y'all be wanting to come talk, y'all talk. I want to hear what y'all got to say too. Y'all come tap in. I got you. What he put? Mr. Know-It-All put, if they thought they could beat us, they would have already done it. For real. They ain't send y'all over there. Why they needed the whole army? They needed the government to bomb our black they didn't just send regular 20 regular white guys over there to handle the business. That was a war. They went to war with us and we ain't even know it. You think if they would have just dropped them boys over there in our neighborhood that they would have been successful? But Trump has let them know that there's nothing they in denial. Put she Fugazi. No. Oh yeah, she is Fugazi, bro. We called it out. Shout out to Yaru. He called it out too, man. We've been calling it out. RT folks finally getting treated like we've been for centuries, and they can't handle it. They're using them, bro. They're using them as tax slaves, bro. Like they taxing everybody, but white people are figuring out that they're being used. Y'all been getting pimped just like everybody else. Don't sit here and act like you running stuff. Like now you want to act like you with the little hats, like you down with them. Man, them little hats pimping you, man.
So many foreigners will come to this country and look down on black Americans like we're like the scumbags of the earth and like turn their noses up at us and be racist towards us. And then all of a sudden, when they feel like they're in some type of debacle or they need some type of help, Now they're looking at us like, oh, we're supposed to be standing in solidarity. We're all POCs, POCs. It's like, well, first of all, more importantly, there is no country that you can go to on this earth where you don't have to have some type of visa or there's not some type of immigration law. So if you're in a country, any country, illegally, then at some point you're probably going to get caught and you're probably going to be deported. So why wouldn't America be any different? And my thing is this, like, if you're burning American flags, but you're fighting to live on American soil, like you're burning the flag like as if you hate America, but you want to live in America. You're fighting and you're upset because you want to live here.
Yeah, they dropped bombs on us. They didn't go in there and let white people just come in there and combat us. They knew that wasn't a good strategy. They had to use military stuff to come to defeat us. Bro, if they wanted us, if they had a problem with white people, they could just send black people over there and just combat, hand-to-hand combat. They weren't gonna do that with us. They had to have elite warfare on us. Salute, man. It's a serious problem. Like these dudes is, y'all know that we the original. So you can't play with us. Okay, I got somebody on. I heard it. See my guy. Okay, Mr. Know It All. Okay. What you know, Mr. Know It All? What you know? Know It All. What's up? What's up, man? Oh, you out of there that fast? DJ X, what's good, family? We was winning before they dropped them bombs. For real, man. You know how many fighters we had, bro? It's just delusional. You know, we showed them for 400 years that we are just way more physically than y'all. We can just, we can do a lot more physically. We get all lumped, You know how many FBA's been wrestling, fighting, and they've always bombed us just as they do overseas with the enemy. Yeah. I don't know, Mr. Know It All jumped in and jumped out. That's cool. Salute to the guys.
Now I could see, like, if we're at war and you burn the American flag, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you're on your own soil and you're burning American flags, I get it. But you're fighting to stay here illegally and burning the American flag because you want to live in a country that has freedoms and opportunities that your country is not able to provide you. They're separating families. Families are getting torn apart. It's like, that's what happens when you break the law. That's what happens. Just like if you were to go to jail, you would be separated from your family and you would have to go to jail. It's the same thing. Like, you're here illegally. You didn't do things the right way. You let your visa expire or whatever. Just do what you're supposed to do like everybody else has to, and everything will be fine. I don't know. I just find it funny how everybody comes over to this country with their nose.
Yeah. I mean that Know It All just jumped out again, man. Okay. Season Adams, what's good, man? Trophy Yellow smiling. Season Adams, salute. Thank you for schooling me on what I am already aware of. As far as being on code, I am not so much concerned with non-FBAs being on our code. I only care about the FBAs. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because there's a lot of people not on code. Piper, what's good, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. What's good? What's up, Mirror? Where
Hey,
you from? Where you calling from?
well, I'm from the dirty,
Okay.
You know what I mean by that, right? The dirty.
Yeah, the South.
Oh yeah, all day. But I done lived in other states before, so I got a little exposure to from a good old fashioned country boy. I got a little exposure when I was younger to other states, but and plus I was in the military, so been around the world, you know. Um, yeah, you said everyone is half FBA now. This is what I noticed though. I noticed like once black people started delineating,
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden, I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't got nothing against black immigrants, but I noticed that now that black people are saying like we got our own lineage, a lot of people, even a lot of them, are like popping off saying like, "Oh well, why y'all got to separate?" And I'm not saying all of them thought this way before, but before we separated, they was like, they was like, "Well, y'all not like us." You know, like Kendrick Lamar say they not like us. That's what they were saying to us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, not all of them, of course. A lot of them was like, you know, I even worked with some years ago. I'll give you a quick example. I even worked with some Nigerian girls. Not saying all Nigerians is like this. Everybody know who Erica Badu is. Remember when she
Yeah.
first came out, she used to wear the African clothes and all that. I remember, you know, and this was before the age of the internet and stuff. Internet was just getting popping back in the night. And these two Nigerian girls, I was looking at a magazine with Erica Badu in it. And she, you know, and these African girls, one of them, the other one say, if she wore that stuff in our country, they laugh at. They laugh at. They say because she's not African, she's just trying to dress like it. And I, you know, that told me like how they thought about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all not really like us, even though
Mm-hmm.
you know Black America is the one trying to get to know their culture. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, and don't get me wrong, I had some Africans that rock with me, cool, like cool. You know, like they're cool, they solid, but a lot of them be like, you know, like y'all not like us for real, you know, and they like give us the side eye. And I like somebody was saying, like, you know, they looking at us like kind of like the other races of immigrants, non-black immigrants. You know, a lot of these African and Caribbean and all that, you know, they looking at us like, you know, like I seen, I don't know who channel, I ain't trying to promote nobody else channel, but there's some famous channel that come on here. These two guys, they always interview like Caribbeans and stuff, and they always ask them about what they think about Black Americans, and you know these, and it's mostly women they bring on their show, and they always tell about they was told not to date Black Americans, and then they even had one black woman on their show. I think she was from Haiti. She said, "Y'all dirty Black Americans" or something like that, right in their face, and I'm like, "What the?" No, I'm like, "What the fuck?" Excuse my language. I
Yeah.
don't know. And I'm like, "How they gonna be sitting in some Black American face and tell me y'all dirty Black Americans?" And they was shocked, like she said that in front of them. I'm like, "You invite somebody on your show." And you call them to their face and tell they listen in audience, call them dirty Black American. And it's a Black Haitian woman. I ain't saying all Haitians like that. You know, I done met some cool Caribbean blacks too, Jamaica, Bahamas, and all that. But a lot of them come over there. They looking at us like, oh, y'all complain too much. Y'all got it much better than us. Just like, you know, a lot of Africans. You know, like you were saying, like they go over there and they be finessing blacks. Like they think we rich because we from America, and we could be, you know, like the lady in the video was saying, you know, I had to grind and work hard just to save money to come over there. When you get over there, they want to, you know, quadruple the price. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking we
Right.
rich just because we
Yeah.
from America, we good for it. Even if they don't really believe that, they figure, oh, well, I can finesse them because they from America and they in a better situation than us. So you know, yeah, I'm raising the price 3 or 4 times, but you know, they'll be all right. That's the way they think. Like you know, even Akon, I heard Akon say one time, you know, Akon, I think he from what Cameroon somewhere, I forgot. Where we from in Africa, but he was saying something about like a few years back. I remember he said like when people say like the projects is a bad neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? He was like, y'all don't realize the projects is like a mansion in Africa. You know, that's what Akon was saying. So that's what they think. Like the ghetto here in our country, they say, well, that's much better than like a slum in Africa, a village in Africa. They say projects is just like a mansion in Africa. So y'all complaining, you know, that's what they kind of saying. And African people ain't even got a little hut, you know, or electricity, and y'all complaining about being in the projects, and y'all call that the ghetto, but that's like paradise in Africa. So that's the way they think. You know how they think about Black America. You know that just because
Right.
we live in the states, we got it like the white folks got it. That's what they think about us, or we should
Yeah.
have it like,
Right.
or
Or
yeah.
they just want to rob us. But when you
Yeah.
had the Nigerian woman that you said that was coming here, did the Nigerian woman just mess with Nigerian people?
At the time, yeah, they had a network. Like this one particular girl had a boy a boyfriend that her and him was over here, and she had an uncle that was a that sponsored them to come over on a work visa, and she got a cousin to come work. They hired her all the way from Nigeria, and then they networked with like whatever Nigerians was in the city. Like it was a architect. They networked with him and the local architect. So yeah, they had their own network, and they pretty much kind of kept to themselves. Other than they associate as necessary on the job, but they still have their own
Right.
tight knit
They
network.
still had their own type
Yeah,
work. But
and a lot
now
of
we seen
yeah, yeah.
now we see it as some Nigerians, like I did a video where a Nigerian was acting like they was a black American. So did you see any of that from them Nigerians where they came over here and they tried to like cosplay, or did they stay on their culture?
Yeah, I even asked one Nigerian, the young lady I worked with back in the '90s, her cousin. I was saying, well, why don't y'all dress like y'all do in Africa, like when the head scars, and she said, oh, well, I want to look like an American. So so yeah, they dress like Americans because she said I don't want to look different from you know everybody else. So yeah, they come over here and they get Americanized and they
Mm-hmm.
cosplay, or they like our swag, our
Mm-hmm.
music, the way we dress, and a lot of these black immigrants, you can't tell them from black Americans now, unless they got an accent or something. You can but they dress like us. They wear gold chains, shoes, Jordan, and everything. They take our culture, but then again, they still got in the back of their mind like Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They saying like Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. Or
Mm-hmm.
they black American, but they want to cosplay like you said, black American, but they still, they want to take everything, music, lingo, fashion,
Yeah.
culture, and become absorbed in the culture, but still they got that thing in them where I'm not really like them. So they different from us. So
Very
when it's
different.
when it's when it's they want to separate. When it's like, I notice when it's their accomplishments, they'll say, oh well, this a Haitian American, this a Jamaican American. But when it's something bad, they want to say, oh, that's them black Americans. That's not us. We from such and such. So they want to benefit from the good, but then when it's something bad, they want to separate and say, oh well, that's them, not us. But then again, they don't realize how black Americans look at that. Black Americans look at that like you either for us or against us. I mean, I can't speak for all black Americans, of course, but many black Americans saying, okay, y'all gonna act like y'all rock with us, and then y'all gonna be like, f them. That's them, not us. So we looking at that like, whose side are y'all really on? And that's what I know that's what sparked the whole delineation thing. Is like they flip flop, they wishy washy. It's like you for us or against us. Like y'all
Right.
rock with us time, and then y'all want to like throw us under the bus other time. So now that we delineating, they saying, "Oh well, why y'all got to separate yourself?" It ain't like a lot of them was rocking with us for real. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? All the way. So now
Right.
it's like they want, they love us and hate us. They want to rock with us, but then when we break off, we heard them loud and clear when they say, "Oh, y'all not African, or y'all not Haitian, y'all not Jamaican, y'all different." And then when we say, "Okay, we're gonna stand on our American identity and be, Black Americans and have our own lineage," now they like, y'all can't include us too. And I actually hear them say that. I see them, and they making videos and
Exactly.
everything.
No, with this
So
blackout. No, with
yeah, they
this
say,
blackout, they saying that exactly. They saying, dang, why we can't be a part of that? Like I'm African American. So
oh yeah,
yeah, they definitely saying that.
yeah, yeah, even the blackout, the boycott, they like, oh well, why y'all throwing us in the category of Asians and all that. We black too, but man, keeping it real, a lot of these black immigrant owned businesses, so some of them
Mm-hmm.
they treat us, like they treat us foul too. Like for instance, like in Alabama, a few months back this year, I think earlier this year, two African women got arrested for putting hands and feet on a black woman over because the woman didn't like the way they did her hair. And they put hands and feet on her. And they got arrested. It was on the news and everything in Birmingham, Alabama.
Mm.
And there's some been cases where some of these African braiding shops and all that, and even maybe even some Black American owned. So even some of us, we still gotta like I was watching a video earlier. Somebody was saying like even we gotta hold our own accountable, even if it is FBA owned businesses. We still want good customer service. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah.
we got. I think we ain't gonna mention nobody's channel. I ain't trying to like promote nobody else's channel, but it's a well known YouTuber. I was like he was saying, earlier, he was saying like even FBA owned businesses, if they don't treat us right, hey, we can hold our money too. We can't just say, oh well, we support our own. Our own got to treat us right too. And I ain't talking about immigrants. I'm talking about even if it's Black American owned. If somebody talk to us crazy or act like they don't appreciate our business, yeah, we can hold our money from them too. Just because they FBA owned, they don't automatically get our money. So, like they say, we got to teach people how to treat us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even
Yeah,
our
we
own
definitely
people, So I mean, don't get
we
me wrong.
definitely do. But
A lot of our own business, we
listen,
go in, they turn their nose up like they don't want our business too. And I ain't trying to throw my own race under the bus. I'm just saying, like, even I done been at some Black owned business.
not too yeah, not too much. I mean, I've been in the streets and I've been talking to people, right? And I bought 2 watermelons today from a dude, right?
Okay.
And he was saying, I was talking to him, but I was like, yeah, man, I like to support my people. And he said, yeah, man. He brought up the fact that, he ain't eating at no Chinese restaurants, no immigrants. He only spending money with us. So a lot of people, when I be talking, I'm always bringing this up. When I see people and I'm talking to them, I'm like, hey, like a lady, I was at the grocery store and she had her nails done. And I was like, okay, your nails is nice. Where you got them done at? She said, oh, I did them at home myself. And I was like, okay, so you know what time it is. You on code. She's like, yeah, I'm on code. We got to be out here checking people. We got to be out here letting them know like what's going on. And we got to be like understanding so we can plant that seed. Like
Oh,
all I'm doing around the community is planting seeds. I want to know what's up. Do you know about the code? Are you on code? And I'm just asking questions just to see where you at. And people are explaining to me like they know what's going on. For the most part, I don't run into too many people that don't, but the last couple of days I've been doing this, and we got to make sure everybody know what's going on. Because like people say on my channel, everybody don't know what's going on. So I kind of make sure to talk to them, ask questions, and to know like, okay, where are you on code right now? So I think we all got to do that. Code enforcement, you already know. We got to make sure everybody know because everybody don't be on social media. So how do you feel like are you pushing that motive like we don't need to be spending no money with nobody but us?
yeah.
Where we can. I know we ain't got no grocery stores right now.
Right.
Piper, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
So
I
what
look
you?
like the video froze, but you can, as long
Yeah,
as you can
yeah,
hear
yeah.
me, that's good. But yeah, I was at a restaurant earlier today, and I assumed it was Black owned because it's all Black people working there. And I asked, I said, "This is Black owned, right?" And then the owner came out the back, a brother. He was like, "Yeah, this Black." I said, "Well, wherever possible, I support my own." So he was like, "I appreciate that." So yeah, I'm trying to stay on code. Of course, I'm a fellas. We don't get no nails and all that done, but I know the ladies probably, the sisters probably gotta, really
We
buckle
still
down.
gotta check them though. We
Yeah,
still gotta check them.
they gotta buckle
I
down and
don't
not go
care.
in these Asian places, and because we don't really, we go to a shop that's most likely, owned by a Black man and get a cut and clothes and all that. Probably a little shop boutiques that's
Yeah,
owned by.
but if I see a woman with nails
Yeah.
and she FBA. I'm asking her, where did you get that done at? Who did those?
Yeah.
I just want to know. I want to make sure we on the same page because
Yeah.
we need people out here checking. We need people out here asking questions. So you know what I mean? Because I just think that's the best way. We got to plant these seeds to these people.
Yeah. And I think that too, like back in the day, like our forefathers, foremothers did, even if we have to, they even like they walk to work and bus boycott and all that. This is our moment to do what they did back in the day. If they, Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks and the other lady I can't think of the name, and
Yeah.
all the people they didn't treat right. They had to get up and go to the back and give up their seat for a white person. When they got tired of that, they said, "Hell, we don't care if the whole country walking in every major city." And we help each other out. The black people that did have cars or the money to buy, buy buses or had, like Dr. Claude Anderson say, where he was from, they had like their own bus company that serviced the suburbs and the city. And after integration, that all went away. So my thing is this: we got to teach our younger generation too the value of ownership. I'm not saying we don't, but we got I got 3 sons and a daughter. I got 3 grown
Mm-hmm.
sons. And I'm trying to keep them on the right path to think.
Okay, too.
I know they come up in a generation where, oh, I don't see color, and I don't try to tell them to play the race card every time, but I say there's nothing wrong with supporting your own. That don't mean you don't like nobody else. That don't mean. I said too many times our people in the past and now are try to be shamed to think that just because we support our own, that means we don't like somebody else. Hell, Chinatown, they got Chinatown, Little Korea, Little Havana, all this other stuff, and they take everybody money. And like somebody said, why can't we? Yeah, we're gonna support our own, but why can't we can take everybody else's money too? But you know what? Like they say, Chinese people, you don't see them at no black-owned businesses. You'd
At
be lucky
all.
at all. So we just gonna have to support our own.
Right. But we got
They're
to
not
let the
gonna do.
newcomers, I don't
Yeah,
care how old you
yeah,
is. Listen, you got to get checked. This is why we got to do this out here in the streets.
yeah,
We got to check the young because they're going to follow what we do, but we got to let them understand what's going on. And some of them do because that little boy Cyrus that got shot,
yeah. That broke my
they
heart.
own that in South Carolina. Yeah, they own that. But we got to make sure that we ain't lost in the salsa just spending money. We got to
Right.
get our youth to know that, you got to be spending money with us.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's cold. Yeah.
right, and even the old days of I know the older days, my parents and grandparents' days especially. Uh, people made clothes. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
made. They know they can make a whole
We can make
outfit.
them from scratch.
Yeah,
Listen,
men
there's
and women.
people that can make clothes from scratch. We need to get back to that.
Yeah, yeah,
We need to put these people on point who doing that. And
yeah.
I seen a lady, a black lady made a shoe out of she knitted a shoe, bro, out of just knowing how to sew. So it's
Oh, okay.
like
That's what's
we
up.
gotta, yeah, we gotta get back to just
Yeah,
doing for self.
right, right, and a lot of times too, I hear people say, not here, but like, just talking in general, like we say, oh, well, how come these black celebrities? Hell, even we can't depend on them to do it. We got to do it. We got to do it. We got to work in our own community. The people that we see every day and interact with every day. Hell, we can't worry about no black celebrity in Hollywood and why they can't give us $20 million. Hell, I'm sure they got their foundation, their charity, their nonprofit, but that take a long time to trickle down to us. Unless they come and giving us direct money for businesses in our particular neighborhood. So we got to do it ourselves. We got to talk to the young people and teach them the value of spending money with your own and business ownerships and stuff like this. So that's the only way. And I'm glad the silver lining in this stuff like this happening, with the young man, you know, uh, Cyrus and Carmelo. and stuff like that.
Right.
That show us that they stay on code. Even the non-black immigrants, they on code with the white folks, and they don't realize the white folks don't really like them for real, but they will make them think they do because y'all doing better than them blacks over here. But we got to be on code
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah. We getting
we the only
there.
we the only people we got. Because
Yeah. We don't
any
got
other
no allies.
any other business anybody else give us, it ain't gonna be enough to keep us going every day, round and round, year round.
Facts.
If we don't get, this is our Emmett Till moment. This is our Montgomery bus boycott moment.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff like
Right.
what's going on now. If we don't get, especially with this administration, if we don't get on code and stay down, and I believe I'm not being going past a lot of these Asian things that they damn near empty. So look like the sisters is on code for the most part. I might have won one that I might have seen one or
Yeah.
two here. Yeah, but they so look like we stand on
Yep. They
code with
close.
that boycott thing, and hopefully our sisters can start doing them at home. Like you said, you ran into the sister said she did it herself, or we could, even if you,
Mm-hmm.
I know you remember back in the day where women did people hair at their house. They had a little thing in their basement or something, a room in their house where they did hair, or hell, they might have did it in their kitchen or something. We got to get back to like doing stuff like that. Being a business,
Yep.
you can run a.
Piper, go ahead and land your plane, man. They
All
put
right,
a subject. I'm gonna pull another skit up, but go ahead and land your plane before we
okay,
jump
yeah,
on it. How long
yeah.
you been watching the channel? How long you been on the channel?
I mean, I got notifications. I see you on the thread a lot.
Oh, okay. On the threads?
Yeah, on the threads. I guess the algorithm and stuff. They send you.
Okay. But
Yeah,
you've been following the content for a while. How long you been seeing the channel? You just discovering me?
I've been saying, I pop in. I might not say nothing, but I pop in and listen.
Got you, but you've been for a minute, you've been
Yeah,
watching the
yeah,
content, you saying.
yeah. So I'm gonna land my plane. Just say, we got to start in the community, our neighborhood, whether it's running a business out the house, with servicing the people in the neighborhood, and let that expand outward. Neighborhood, community, city, town, county, state. So we all we got is us. So we got to do it. So,
Fact.
all right.
Right.
I
All
appreciate
right,
it. Thank
Papa,
you.
man. I appreciate you, family.
All right, thanks for bringing me up.
Yeah. No problem, brother.
All right.
All right, I seen y'all in the chat talking about Tyreek Nasheed. I had to jump on that. I'm like, hold on. Y'all put me up, bring me up to speed now. Y'all was saying that we gotta watch Tyreek Nasheed. What happened, man? Y'all bring me up to speed. Derrick Henry and his tether wife is just like Tyreek tether love. I mean, I don't know what he I haven't seen anything, but background checks is a must for real, for real. Great call. Yeah, man, that caller was on point. It gotta be in you, not on you. Jabad, I see you. I feel you too, man. A great number of black celebrities are a caste system, cash hierarchy, and no longer on their FBA lineage code. Okay. Race put my auntie had a clothing store for years and sold it to a small hat. Continued to design and sue all of the stocks. Dang, bless up, auntie, man. TYB the youngin, what's good, family? At Water, Tyreek defended Godfrey. Oh Lord, he defended Godfrey. He gave Godfrey a pass on that show with them tethers. I mean, yo, if he I ain't go, I mean, dang. He gave him a pass. Okay, I mean, that's him. That's not us. So I didn't like how he went on Vlad TV, but he said he had a relationship with Vlad TV. Everything good, TYB, man. Little Big Mama. What up, though? Detroit in the building, man. Shout out to Detroit, man. I love Detroit. Check your email, water. 30 plus grocery stores. Okay, I got you, man. We got to put them grocery stores on the map. I'm even looking to, y'all, we need to get into Discord because we need to look into talking to one of these black grocery stores and saying that, hey, we need to find a spot where we're at, where a lot of our dollars can go to. We got to get into franchising and putting our black businesses in different locations with group economics. So we need to be able to know, like, okay, y'all got y'all grocery stores over here. We need one in this FBA area. So we got to start expanding our black chains. We got to start expanding what we got. I'm trying to do that with myself, man. I'm in Florida, but I'm looking at Atlanta and Dallas where I want to get to with my water, you know. Tyreek good in the community. Yeah, man. I mean, I ain't gonna say just because he went on Vlad or just because he said he gave Godfrey a pass. It's stuff that I don't like, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? I can't say you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to have more than that. 313 in the house. Shout out to the 313, man. Detroit. The Detroit babies is in the building. LF. So I want to play this real quick. Y'all want to know what y'all think about this boycott?
Black people need to celebrate. So, an Asian man made a joke that Juneteenth was a replacement for Father's Day. But how can people who eat bugs, cats, and dogs as delicacies even be taken seriously when they try to lecture anybody about dignity or culture? The irony speaks for itself. But let's actually dissect this as a case study because his comment is a psychological projection and it's very clear to see what he's working with. So here's the first kicker. His businesses are a sham and a joke. Those nail salons, those hair stores, those convenience stores, they weren't given to him because he accomplished anything or worked for anything. They were allowed to pop up in existence for the sole purpose of undermining the black community, to siphon money out of our community, to create a buffer between us and the white economy. He didn't build anything. He was handed free resources and told to play his role. His whole existence in this country is about catering to, clawing at, or centering either black people or white people. He has never stood on his own. He has no foundation, no legacy, and no independent power. He is invisible and can't take credit for his own success because his success was never real or earned. It was all an illusion. Point 2, he couldn't even make it work in his own country. So he came here hoping to finally succeed. And what did he do? He can't even make it here either. His only claim to fame is serving a community that he secretly envies and resents. And even that was handed to him to serve a larger agenda. I'm pretty sure his ancestors left behind everything and sacrificed everything for what? For him to become a Juneteenth internet troll? That's not a flex. That's a straight up disgrace. Point 3, so what's his claim to fame again? His whole existence and his shops run because of our dollars. Our boycotts threaten his whole existence. He's triggered because he realizes he's dependent on us, and that's why he's angry. He knows he needs us, and he knows that we have the power to discard him with a single decision, and he hates that. Because without us, he has nothing. Point 4, now let's be honest. His culture is globally known for replicating, not creating. They're known for drones, electronics, cheap labor. That's not innovation, that's not culture, that's not selling. Meanwhile, our culture dominates fashion, music, style. That's what you call real power. He can't create that. It's not even in his DNA. He can only copy it, comment on it, or serve it. Because without us, he's irrelevant. He's not a main character. He's not even a supporting character. He's a prop. Point 5, and this is the part that really burns him up. I know it do. He will never.
I seen somebody talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins. Boyce ain't something ain't right by Boyce, man. Something ain't right by Boyce. I can't tell you exact, but I could just, my discernment is pretty good. And I don't see no fruit from his labor with what he got going on. I don't see too much people co-signing. I did spend money with Dr. Boyce. I got my kids he has some stock stuff for the kids, some workbooks, and I ain't see no fruit from it, you know. So
Would be
that's
more
all I got
American
to
than
say
us.
about him.
He's a transplant. His ancestors came here, ours built here. At the end of the day, he's a guest in a house that we built. And guests who disrespect the host don't get to stay. He can mock Juneteenth all he wants, but he'll never have a Juneteenth. He'll never have a foundation. He'll never be cast into the black, white, or Native American script for the American movie. He will always be an extra in someone else's script. My last and final point, his mockery is a mask for his inferiority complex. He's not white enough to be considered a real American. He's not black enough to be considered foundational. And he's not native enough to be considered indigenous. So he throws punches at the air, at the very peoples whose ancestors made it possible for him to step his flimsy foot on. He's not superior. He's scared. He knows the boycotts are working. He knows his livelihood depends on the people that he mocks. And his ancestors probably look down at that behavior. So if you see through his illusion, make sure you repost to wake somebody up. We don't need to hate him, you guys. We just need to stop pretending that he isn't exactly what he is, which is a dependent, irrelevant, insecure, dishonorable prop to a system that was never built for him. Hope you enjoyed. Meow, meow, meow.
What's up with that? Meow meow meow. What's up with that? Salute, family. Uh, Tony Red, what's good, bro? My guy, man, it's good to see. It's good to see the real FBA in the building, man. You know, I know real FBAs when I see it. I know, we all our discernment is always on point. That's why I rock with y'all, man. I rock with y'all heavy, real heavy. Mm-hmm. Get my, but I can't call it, fam. Yeah, man. Everything good, man. I can't complain. We standing on real business. Shout out to my boy right here, man. Always holding it down for the FBA lineage.
So those so-called ghetto names that everyone makes fun of, that people talk about on a day-to-day, may not be ghetto names. They may be indigenous names, and I'm gonna break this down right now. Let's get it. So let's get right to it, right? When the indigenous tribes like the Cherokee, Cree, Catawba, and Yamasee were reclassified as colored or Negro by the U.S. law, especially after 1830 to 1850, they hid identity and naming, maintained sound patterns like Kwa, woman, Yah, spirit, wolf, mother, Shah, secret breath, similar in multiple languages. Created new names that blended English and American Indian roots to survive. This involved names like Shaniqua, which means sacred woman or spirit woman. Laquanda, how many of Laquandas y'all know, or Shaniquas y'all know? The woman of the land, Taekwon, strong leader, right? We know Quan, right? Quan is the male or the masculine version of Kwa. Let's start breaking this down. Kwa or Kwe, we know a lot of Kways, right? Kways, right? Ta or Sha, right? Again, Kwa, Sha, Ya or Ya, Kwan, right? Which is again the masculine version of Kwa. These elements appear in both traditional Cherokee names and Black American names, pointing shared linguistics, aesthetics, and cultural or ancestral overlap, especially in the southeast, our homeland. Names like Weaqua, Shaniqua, Equanita, LaQuasia may sound ghetto to outsiders today, but they carry echoes of feminine, tribal, and spiritual identity.
Yeah, who with that meow meow, man? I don't know, man. She was bugging with that. My first crush was named Laquanda. For real, Laquanda. One of my first girls was Shawanda. Like, should wonder.
Identity. Let's be clear. So here we breaking down the Kwa, the Sha, the Ya, and the Ya, the Kwan. Right? These are the Cherokee names with said sound elements, and these are the so-called Black American matches. So let's break down the Quan sounds, right? We're gonna break down the Quan sounds. Sequana. How many Sequanas you know? How many Sequanas you know? Right? He speaks or speaker. Daquan. We know them. Shaquan. We know them. Taequana. How many Taequans we know? Taequan or Taequan. Come on. Aliquana. How many of them you know? Juanita. We know a bunch of Juanita. We know a bunch of Juanita. Let's get it. Black Americans, we up 1,000. Now let's look at the Ya or the Ya. Right? Weya, Nea, Gaia, Aliyah, Talia. How many Aliyahs and Taliyahs we know? Maria. Right? The Yas. Now Sha is in multiple languages. This can be right, but we also understand it's indigenous also, right? So we got the Sha, right? The Shaquasia, Shanisha, right? The Cherokee name, the Shasqua, Shaquasia, right? And we keep it going. At the bottom, Shanaqua, Shaquana, and the continuation of Kwa in its usage. For time's sake, I'm going to keep it rolling. Again, breaking down the feminine, the Kwa, the Sha, the Ya, or the Kwan. And the Kwan is the masculine. Now, these are so-called Black American matches along with the so-called Native matches in names. Breaking down the Kwa or the Ta at the bottom. Breaking down the Kwa within the so-called Native.
Yeah, man. Bobby Hemmett was that guy. I reviewed a lot of his stuff on the channel, man. I rock with him heavy. He's still alive. That's what's up, man. Bobby Hemmett is a legend. He's a legend. He's a legend. He got to go in the legend books. I know it was the truth back in the day, but hadn't heard from him in years. Yeah, I definitely heard. I definitely did a video on him. I always keep him in the rotation, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him, man. We appreciate that. But it's been a source that been saying that if you use that Chinese, that hair, check it out.
Whether it's for a beach vacation or helping to save time over the break from school, summertime is synonymous with braids for many Black women and girls. But new research reveals toxic chemicals are lurking in some of the very products often used in styles designed to provide this protection. Chief Consumer Investigator Zanetta Lowe shares what this means for you and the one question you should be asking before getting your summer braids.
Summer is the season for braids.
These are knotless braids, knotless box braids.
A timeless tradition for Black women and girls who can rock a style perfect for protecting natural curls and coils.
Nice smile, nice braids, but while protection is the key word used for these styles, what's being exposed more and more is that this is not protection for more reasons than one. The companies supplying the hair these products, they are lacing the hair with chemicals that's behind a lot of health issues with Black women, including irritation to the scalp, allergic reactions, respiratory issues.
Crazy, man. Make sure y'all join the membership, man. Keep the channel going. Keep us pushing, man. I appreciate that. Let's get it.
Neurological issues, brain and nervous system damage, lupus, hormone disruptions causing fertility issues, and metabolic problems like weight gain or diabetes. This stuff is causing fibroids and cancer. And guess who's producing these products? Lacing them with all these chemicals to sabotage Black women, destroying their health, all to make money. Y'all already know the same people feeding you the mystery meat.
My name is Sarai Bennett, and I
Hey, y'all don't start all that meow meow like that lady, man. Y'all go ahead. Y'all cut that out, man. I see you, Tia. Let's go.
work for WREG News Channel 3. I'm a digital content producer.
Sarai likes to switch it up. The box braids are her latest look, making summer maintenance much easier.
Make sure y'all join the membership, though, man. We need y'all to be tapped in with the. We need y'all tapped in.
You can just wake up and go. Wake up and go wherever you have to go.
But for Sarai, wearing braids isn't just about convenience. The style makes a statement.
I really feel like braids just represent a freedom of expression.
The tradition itself dates back centuries before and after slavery, when braid patterns served as maps of escape routes or held precious seeds. The style was a matter of survival. Chastity Monroe is the founder of one of Memphis's only Black-owned beauty supply stores.
You know, in the Black community, the hair is, as important as the heart, right? Like, it's the thing that, we take pride in.
Many of us grew up getting just our hair braided. These days, you can add hair with a range of colors and textures.
So it has definitely changed from when I started.
Takesha Berry Brooks has seen the shift firsthand. Her salon was one of the first in Memphis to cater specifically to chemical-free or natural hair.
More people are more conscious, more health conscious about their hair. Protective styles, we do flat twist updos, we do braiding.
But new research reveals the very options supposedly helping Black women and girls protect their hair could be harmful to our health.
That's just the way you make that big deal feeling is here. Shop Prime Day, June 23rd through the 26th.
Extremely harmful. Fibroids ain't nothing to play with. Lupus ain't nothing to play with. Diabetes, cancer, brain damage, nervous system damage. Yes, it's extremely harmful. And there's way too many reports out here proving it.
I was shocked.
It confirmed our suspicions. People have thought, what is in this stuff? But we never knew.
Ginger Kiles is a managing editor at Consumer Reports. Last year, they tested some of the most popular synthetic braiding hair products on the market.
All but one of them, so 90% of them, contained heavy metals.
And all the samples contained carcinogens.
And 3 of them contained a known carcinogen called benzene. It's known to cause acute myeloid leukemia.
Wow, look at that. Leukemia.
Consumer Reports followed up and recently tested 30 more products, including samples of human hair, often considered a safer alternative.
We were floored by the amount of lead in the human hair. They had by far, the most lead that we had ever seen.
How surprising is that for the people that thought it was only synthetic hair? The human hair was actually worse.
100% of the products also contained volatile organic compounds like acetone, along with low levels of carcinogens.
When you think about the cumulative effect of having those substances sit on your skin and on your scalp for such a long time, it's concerning.
Yeah, we're talking about direct contact with your skin, right on your head, your scalp.
And researchers at the Silent Spring Institute, which focuses on the environment and women's health, also recently conducted an even larger test of hair extensions, including braiding hair, and found 169 chemicals, including pesticides, flame retardants, and toxins linked to breast cancer.
I could not believe it, because why are we including chemicals in braiding hair?
And it's all intentional. The goal is to take your money, destroy your pockets, and destroy you.
No, that ain't a bad idea, Van. A good would be to take all of the hair, our hair, right? Collect that hair, and we can make hair out of that. That's crazy. All of the black man hair that they chopping off. But, they want them white people hair, family. So it's like, I don't know how that's going to work. How you going to, I don't know. But that may be a good idea. We could use hair.
Monroe says it reinforces the reality of the economics of a market projected to reach $14 billion in the next 2 years.
14 billion with a B. And all of this money is going to people that's daring you to boycott them.
So in this industry, there has been this practice of, just putting chemicals together. And as long as the efficacy is there, then it sells.
What am I supposed to do with this information now that I know this is out there?
We are not suggesting by any means that people stop getting their braids. Like, we know that's not going to happen, full stop.
Well, then what are you telling them? Beauty over health? No, we can't be telling people to just keep signing up for neurological and metabolic issues. Like, at what point is this going to stop?
Now, what you can do is try to shop for braiding hair with fewer toxins. Consumer Reports findings are a good place to start because ingredients aren't typically listed on a package. Experts also suggest reducing the time you wear your braids and taking longer breaks between installations.
Another thing that's very important to talk to a stylist about when you are wearing braids is if you have any type of allergies to anything.
And Cal says using our voices, filing complaints with the FDA, which oversees cosmetics, is a way to demand change.
We have to speak up. Let it be known, because if it's not known, there's no action that can be taken.
Sarai is enjoying her summer look, but will take a break from the braids, returning to her natural hair before her next installation. And since those who wear braids possibly need to make more adjustments, she says those in charge should be forced to do the same.
Taking a break is wild. So the solution is to try to slow down getting exposed to these diseases? Just go ahead and give them a little bit of exposure to cancer. I can't. This is just crazy. And everybody is way too comfortable seeing what's going on and walking around operating business as usual. If you don't care, why would anybody else care? Yeah, if the group that's being targeted could care less about their own health and destroying themselves, why would the FDA care? Nah, mindset's got to change around here if you really want to see a difference.
I would love to see them having more concern, showing more concern for products that are supposed to be aimed to protect our hair.
Because when it comes to health and safety, she says Black women and girls deserve better. Investigating for your news leaders, Annetta Lowe, WREG News Channel 3.
Protecting our hair and ourselves. The FDA told us that they can take action against an unsafe cosmetic when people use it according to directions, even if it doesn't contain an ingredient prohibited by the agency. Now, you can find a link to file a complaint as well as see those lists of braiding hair in this story on WREG.com.
I'll leave the link below, but look, if you don't care about yourself, no one is going to care for you. Nah. Nobody's going to care for you. There are way too many reports out here screaming at you with all this research, all this data, all this.
Stop putting all the color dyes in your hair. Like, we got to stop all this weirdo stuff. We beautiful just how we are. We don't need all of that. It's crazy that people feel like we need all of that.
This information is not being taken seriously enough by the people they're targeting. Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Lee out here targeting your pockets and your life. Literally. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Make sure you share this video. Got us in a special thank you to our brother Felix, as well as our brother Dark Power. I appreciate you guys for your support for the channel. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below.
Yeah, so y'all, we got to start. Any chemicals that our women are using for their hair, or anything they're using, has to be done by us. For real. What Call Dog said, sister need to keep their hair and have it tested and get a class action lawsuit. Yeah. For real. Wish I can get in on that. Mr. Know-It-All, I got to stop pulling hair. Oh, you be pulling the black woman hair out? You be pulling hair. What you talking about? We all be pulling the little hair. The devil's kitchen. The fraudulent hair is the problem. Yeah, man, you putting that. I mean, in them chemicals coming from them people. We can't trust stuff that's coming from another country, bro. We need to be manufacturing our own stuff, man. And I've been was supposed to put this. It was like a we funder. It's a program. I got to put that together, y'all, man. To where we can fund something in our own manufacturing. We need manufacturing right now. We need manufacturing spots. Yeah, you might want to stop pulling hair. If they got that China hair in their head, you probably getting the chemicals all on your hand, you know. You're wild off that one. You know what you talking about, Warren. Man, y'all shout out, bro. Man, y'all cracking me up. Yeah, man, they wild tonight. Y'all on one tonight. But yeah, man, it ain't safe no more, man, to be spending money with these people. But some women use the on. Shout out to the women that's using their natural hair, man. Y'all look great how God made you. You look amazing, man. Good Lord. We don't need nobody hair in your head. Dang, they put yarn. Look, bro. You know it'd be so crazy? It'd be women that have beautiful hair. Their hair be beautiful, bro. And then they'll go want to put some other hair in their hair. It's like, I understand they want to switch up the look, but we got to get to that. We got to get a code to this. We got to get a code. It should be off code, man, to put chemicals and stuff in your head. Too close to your brain. Nah, we can't do that. Right, Sergeant King. Natural is key, man. Cause who you trying to look good for? The Chinese people? It's like at the end of the day, bro, are we trying to support their business and look good for the Chinese people? What's going on? See all the opportunities we have in industries to take over. Bro, we got billions and trillions we could be having for us right now. We tripping. It is off code to be spending money on your hair with people that don't even have your same hairstyle. They don't even have your hair. They're not even from your lineage. The black barbershop can be the manufacturing floor for bundling up, packaging, mass producing packs of natural hair, wholesale, retail to the public, and get it on the shelves in the stores. Let's do it. I like that idea, man. Let's do it. I'm all for it, man. Let's do it. All we gotta do is go around all the barbershops, get their hair, get us a warehouse. I iron that thing out for them. But the thing is, how we gonna make the hair long? You know, the women like their hair already, like, so when they braid it. But that's a good idea. Okay, good luck. Stop vanity. Back to the 90s, I did get a curl one time that requires a perm. They did an autopsy on a black woman and find a green slime at the top of her head when the scalp is peeled back. The pores in the brain soaks. Yeah. I can only imagine, fam. We need warehouse for distribution. Yeah, we need that distribution, man. I'm gonna come up with a we funder because I think that that's something that we can start collectively putting money together for. Right, lean and get sugar, water. Most American food and health standards are subpar poor. The majority of Europe will not even allow food from America. Yeah. Khalid put, there's a hair mending process to make long strands. Okay. So you mean we can do that barbershop thing and put the hair together and turn that into Okay, that's a great idea though from Van. I ain't gonna lie. That might be that may be it. If we get all the hair together, the barbershop gonna start doing that. They gonna start keeping their damn hair. I was at the barber yesterday. The churches can be the warehouses. For real, we got them all in the neighborhood. We could just let us put a little something on the church ground. I think it'll work, man. I think it could work. That's why I said the Amazon model is key. Online orders from anywhere. Yeah. Sergeant King, I went over that video too last week about the stores, the 30 grocery stores. I think the video was called FBA. It was something about FBA business or buying power or something like that. I did a video when I went over those grocery stores. But yeah, family. The ideas is perfect, man. Every time we come together, we always make something happen. But I like that with the hair, man. I like that idea with the hair. No black church will participate due to 501c3 rules. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they would. They ain't gonna mess with us. They tied to the government, man. They tied to the government for real. They're not gonna be able to. And I'm so tired of 154, bro. They always want to talk about us, bro. Y'all check this out. It's like they don't take a day off. Like, take a day off. What y'all see here, it says Nigerian questions whether the foundation of Black Americans are about unity or division. Like what? We should turn some of our churches into grocery stores. I mean, yeah, because they ain't doing nothing else. They ain't doing nothing about no business in there. There should be definitely some stuff that's about business. You know how they got the barber college and you get a haircut for a discount? They should do that for the young female student nail techs in high school and get their nails done for half price. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How long we started? Let's put- Shout out to that boy Chase the God. Gotta respect a man that put that God on him. Salute, family.
On this damn near coming up on a year now. So the title, FBA debate, unity or division. Okay. We always have to be the center of the topic. Okay. We always have to be this divisive move. Listen to him. He's talking about foundational Black America.
Because I think it is the most separatist term coined back in 2019 by
Was it Tariq Nasheed?
Yeah,
Tariq, I know
Nasheed.
Tariq. Yeah.
And Tariq Nasheed coined this term, and maybe he had good intent because it's like, hey, how do we separate when it comes to reparations and being able to say, hey, this belonged to the Black slaves that came to America and their descendants. And I get that. I get and understand that concept. But what it does, it furthers this idea of separation. Yeah. And I think
Boy, the audacity.
You heard how he said that came to America? It's like, bro, y'all gotta stop that, fam. The records show the people who came on slave ships, it was very minimal people who came to America. But they still pushing this narrative on their show because they Africanizing us. Go ahead, Chase the God.
Audacity for Nigerians or a Nigerian to sit up here and start talking about we're furthering separation because we want to delineate as foundational Black Americans. Family, they have over 200 different tribes over there in Nigeria who can't get along to save their lives. They can't get along to get stable electricity in many parts of Nigeria. They can't get along to end some of those slums over there, 200 million of them, and they still ain't got no consistent running water. You dig? Over 3,000 tribes on the continent of Africa. Look up what I'm telling you. Okay? But one group of Black people decides to delineate, and by the way, we're the last group in the so-called diaspora. I use that term loosely. Okay? The last group of Black people in the world to delineate. We've been the only group running around here on some flat blackness BS.
Yeah, you own it tonight.
But we're the divisive ones. We're the divisive ones, family. The ones who have opened up the floodgates for every other group to come over here, even outside of just Blackness. Asians, Latinos, even poor white immigrants come over here and benefit off the sacrifices our ancestors made. But the moment we want to recognize and be rooted in our lineage, be rooted, okay, with our ancestors, now all of a sudden we're divisive. It's the most divisive term he ever heard. It's the most divisive term you've ever heard. Akata was the most divisive term, okay? Jair, Abid, things they say about us around the house. Black Americans have no culture. Black Americans don't know where they're from. None of those things were the most divisive thing he ever heard, okay? Foundational Black American is. How dare us Negroes in America call ourselves foundational? They can have 1 million tribes in Africa. They can say they from everywhere under the sun. But the moment we say we're foundational to this land, we predate the United States of America. We built the United States of America. Now it's an issue, family. The audacity. The audacity. Let them finish because we're setting the grounds with this obsession. What is this obsession really about?
Back again to childhood and the stuff that even as an adult, like I'm not African, I'm anything but African, right? I got Indian in my blood. I'm Creole. I'm anything but African. And
oh, listen to it, family. Listen to it.
Fam, my grandma, listen, I spoke to both of my grandma on both sides. They saying Cherokee Indian. They don't know nothing about no Africa. My grandma Teresa was just on the live earlier. She just came on the live. I had this talk with her. My grandma Nora was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian. When I talk to my peoples, they don't claim that. Why would I listen to y'all on the internet talking this nonsense? We're gonna listen to what our people say. So it's like I wouldn't even want to check if somebody telling me what their grandparents and their people said, there's no way I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go online trying to make it seem like it's not. I'm so tired of this, bro. I'm tired of people trying to tell some people where they from.
No, look at the mannerisms. We're delusional. We're anything but African. Okay, we ain't the ones running around with 3,000 different names. Okay, that's a projection. That's a projection, family. That's a projection.
so when you say foundationally Black American, it's like, yes, I can say I'm foundationally Black American and I am not you. I'm like, no, because like my father used to tell me, I don't know what all these fuss is about. They are the same people. You guys are brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, nigga, so why did your father flee? Why your father fled to America? He was over there with his brothers and he fled. See, it never adds up, family. It's always the moving of the goalposts when it comes to them. They're able to flee and separate from their brothers. They're able to delineate to their blue in the face. But the moment we delineate, all of a sudden, you're brothers. You're brothers. And you're coming from a country who refers to us as Akatas. Remember, that's a Nigerian term. That specifically comes from his homeland. But this is the things they sit up here and say about us. These are the narratives they create about us, family. These are the narratives they create about us. And again, this is on 154. This is supposed to be a podcast centered around Africa and the 54 countries in Africa. Okay? And it's funny and it's ironic because these Africans,
it's like they got to talk about Americans. They need to change the show to FBA. We talk only about FBA because that's every episode, family. Every episode is like they have to be trying to tell us where we from.
Always claiming we as foundational Black Americans, we have main character syndrome. We always talking about ourselves. But then whenever they do something that's supposed to be specifically highlighting them, they're still talking about us. They're still lying on us. They're still creating narratives about us. You on the 154 podcast supposed to be highlighting the greatness of African people, the greatness of your countries. And the road always seems to lead back to foundational Black Americans. We are phenomenal people, family. We are phenomenal. When haters can't even keep your name out their mouth, you are phenomenal people. People who have disdain and hatred for us can't even.
I think that they have to talk about this. It ain't even like they got to keep their name out. It's like their handler is telling them, we got to beat this. They came from Africa down their throat. We got to keep convincing these people that they came from Africa. We got to keep their name in their mouth because you guys got this podcast for you to try to control the narrative. This has nothing to do with 154. It has everything to do with FBA because they have to sell this. They have to sell this to the people. The people got to buy it. So this is what's going on. These channels, we thinking that they, have their own agenda. No, they got our agenda. They got our agenda to make sure we on point.
Even stop talking about us to save their lives. Everything we do is an annoyance to them. If we don't mention Africa every 5 seconds, it annoys them. They start panicking, family. You dig? They start panicking.
They do.
Just the fact that we don't mention or say we're African Americans. If we say we're foundational Black American, that bothers them because they can't tether on to that. See, we ain't the same, sir. Your father lied to you, and that's the reality. See, it comes a time when you reach adulthood and you're clearly an adult. You look like you're clearly about to be headed into your 50s. Okay? It reaches a time where you got to understand that my parents tell me a lie. They did. We ain't the same, sir. Okay? We grew here. We're from the soil. You flew here. You fled here. We are not the same, sir. We come from a lineage of over 50,000 patents. We come from a lineage that has fought in every war this country has had to offer. Right. We come from a lineage, okay, that when it came wartime, we stood 10 toes down. We never fled. We built every corner of this country. You're new to the country. In fact, we're older than your homeland. How can we be the same people when we were having our ethnogenesis over here? Your homeland wasn't even in existence.
Gullah Geechee is Americans. That's like a tribe in America, bro. That's not like they're from. They try to make it seem like those people from Gullah Geechee is like from the Caribbeans or from the or from Africa. No, that's Americans. That's just a tribe. It's like another tribe here, bro. We got different tribes. We got a lot of tribes up, right here in America. There was a lot of tribes. That's why that foundation of Black American unites all of the tribes that was in America. It unites us.
Sense. And that's no disrespect to Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. Shout out to the Nigerian riders. But this is calling a spade a spade. And you know this. Family, we could never, as foundational Black Americans, move to Nigeria and be talking about we're one people. Be over there disrespecting them. Be over there on podcasts, sitting up there talking crap about them. They would whoop our ass in Nigeria if we did that. They'll whoop our ass. It wouldn't be no one people talk. That's only allowed here because there's a culture of foundational Black American disrespect.
We ain't allowing that. It ain't no. We just seeing how y'all talking about it, but we ain't going for that neither. And if we could, we'll be putting belt to ass just like they was doing over there in Nigeria. But we in our awakening. I stopped answering questions because the one asking most time are doing so in bad faith. Yeah. Good one. Mr. Know It All. On the official Delineation website, it says they are Native American. Yeah, they are. That's what I look at them. They're Americans, bro. Just like just like any other tribe that's in America. I mean, we really come from this land. It's not a game. Like we didn't. This was the first inhabited piece of land. America is 50% of the water in the world. There's no way life had to come here. Life had to be from the Americas because the water is so rich. They don't even got. We ain't even gonna go on there. See, they gave our land and treaties to them $5 Indians. Yeah, they had to have a replacement.
They have to disrespect us. And this has been running rampant on this podcast.
Okay.
We have got to the point where literally any
See, they gave our land. Yeah, man. Salute 1492 before Columbus. You already know, family. Y'all already know how we do. Yeah, family. We definitely gonna be back on this one, on this live, man. I know everybody appreciate tapping in with the family, getting it in on the live. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all get y'all membership, man. Kind of push the channel when we're trying to do some things and bringing us together. And I am gonna be linking. Shout out to Sergeant King. I am gonna be linking y'all some of the grocery stores that we could be purchasing online. So we're gonna be definitely always speaking more on how we can get some of our Black-owned businesses up and pumping. Get some of them up and pumping. But man, I like to send a big shout out Racehead, Dark Gable, man, LF, Little Big Mama Jones, Van, you've been holding us down. Miss Ladybug, Khalid, man, you always been in here, man, holding us down. We love and appreciate y'all, man. For real. Next one, y'all, we definitely gonna be talking about these grocery stores, how we can keep spending our money with us and bringing more money in the collective to do things. You know, this is a great time for us to be putting a foot to the pedal, man, because we don't need to let up right now. Terrio, man, yes, I appreciate all y'all. TYB, the youngin, man, I appreciate y'all always tapping in, man. Levon, always, you know, it's love, man. My boy, Fresh, always, man, always coming through, man. Always love. And everybody who tapped in, man, Call Dog, the mods. You know, we had Ainswell tapped in, man, the guys. You know, we got the people that really support, man. I love and appreciate y'all. Y'all, we're gonna be back on here. What's today? We're gonna be back on here on Friday, doing what we do. Tia, to you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, but we got to keep the ideas, y'all. We got to keep these ideas fresh. So if y'all don't know, man, y'all need to join the Discord. I know a lot of y'all probably ain't in there, but if you ain't, man, you missing out. But these ideas we got to bring to fruition, man. And so I appreciate everybody for always pushing the idea that we could be pushing to getting us closer to total independence. That's our goal, total independence. The point where we manufacturing everything. So Tony Red, man, DJ X, the whole family, everybody who tapped in, man. Joy, I see you. Everybody who been holding us down, man. I love and appreciate y'all. Listen, we back at it, y'all. We're gonna be back here on Friday. We got some more content dropping, most definitely. But make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out, man. And definitely, man, we need y'all to grab that membership for us, man. Keep us going. But yeah, family, race head. I love and appreciate all y'all. Definitely catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.